everybody, welcome to my homestead and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about a comment from Teresa Washington about signs and missing small signs. So if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe, like this video if you end up liking it. Make sure to leave your comments and then share this on your social media, especially with those that could use this. So she says, I'm so reminded of 3rd Nephi 1 verses 4 through 5, especially since it seems that we are seeing so much stuff happen. Yes, yeah, we definitely are. I would argue that there's so much I'm able to do an entire YouTube channel devoted to this, and there's no end. There's no end to the things that are happening that we can look at, watch, document. It's crazy. Within these last few years, especially, it's been crazy. It seems that the case for the Nephites slash Lamanites as well. Oh, sorry. It seems that was the case for the Nephites slash Lamanites as well. They were waiting for the quote unquote big sign to happen, but many were missing the little signs happening. It reads, "And it came to pass that in the commencement of the 92nd year, behold, the prophecies of the prophets began to be fulfilled more fully." And again, I would argue that's kind of like in the time that we're in right now. I feel like maybe starting in like 2016, 2017, and then definitely by 2020, uh, we're definitely starting to see more and more things kind of happening, right? "For there began to be greater signs and greater miracles wrought among the people. But there were some who began to say that the time was past for the words to be fulfilled, which were spoken by Samuel the Lamanite. Amazed," and then she says, "amazed by how many signs and miracles we are seeing today. Thanks for all you do." Well, thank you for watching and subscribing and for your comments. And Teresa always has really good comments, and so do many of you. And I just wanted to kind of look into this a little bit further. Now, she's responding to this video that I did about this comment that happened. It was a once in a lifetime comment. Um, and there's a lot of things like this that have been happening. There's been a lot of like once in a lifetime things happening, or things that haven't happened in 500 years, 800 years, so on and so forth. There has been a lot lately. Now, I was thinking about this, probably a day or two ago, and I was thinking about how, you know, Teresa, if you could only see how many people have commented on my videos, if I had like 1 penny for every time someone has said, "Oh, we haven't seen anything yet," or "Oh, just wait," uh, that type of thing, I would be a millionaire. I wouldn't be I've only been doing this channel. I'm going on 5 months now, and that has been said to me so many times. And while I am keeping an open mind that maybe things will continue to get more incredible, I get the sense that there's a lot of people that are expecting wildly crazy things to happen. So, and I was thinking about, why is that? Why are there some of these people, which it's fine if you believe that way, that's fine. But why is this like such a prevalent view within the church? I'm not saying I wouldn't think that like the majority of people feel that way, but there definitely is a portion of people that watch for signs of the times and are concerned about the second coming, that just like think that everything's going to be so big, so grand, so spectacular. And I'm not saying that this is the case for all of them if you're in that camp, but one thing that I want to point out is Hollywood. Like I've said before on this channel, it seems like there are many that are expecting a very just like cinematic experience to unfold. Because when we read the scriptures, okay, it can kind of sound that way. Um, but if you kind of think about these things and how they would happen and how things have happened since this dispensation began and throughout the world, things don't tend to be just wildly just crazy. Yeah, there are miracles that happen. The Lord does seem to like to do things in natural ways. And I think that any one of you would probably say that you've had miracles happen in your life, right? And Sometimes it's a little bit more on the spectacular side, but nothing like too crazy, you know? Angels don't step out of portals and then, do something for you to, to save you or show you the way. Not saying that that can't happen, but let me just show you kind of what I mean. Okay, so basically what I'm saying is I feel like there's been kind of a, well, especially in our day and age in which we live, I feel like people have become desensitized, desensitized to uh, some of these signs, like this comet that happened and things like Oumuamua. I did a video about Oumuamua. And then there's other things, like COVID that's happening right now. It feels like there's people that don't even think that COVID is a sign or that it's not a big deal. Although, yeah, right, like, yeah, it's not, you know, killing like half the population or anything like that. It feels like that's what it would take for some people to qualify it as a sign. But it is certainly something that's affecting the entire world in many different ways. Like I've said, economically, socially, it's definitely brought an increase of contention for sure. And it has caused people to become sick and also to die, right? So let me just show you what I mean as far as like how I think some people, in maybe all of us to some extent, have become desensitized because of Hollywood. So what I did is I just did a search for movie posters, and that's it. And it wasn't too hard to put together a little collection of movie posters and just look at the absurdity and the ridiculousness and the out of proportion depictions in these movie posters. Okay, so we have Contagion, it's all dark skies, and then a guy in a big gas mask. And by the way, this is no fun to be in, by the way, because in the army, you have to, at some point, well, you have to at least wear the gas mask. But I was made the CBRN person, which is chemical, biological, radiological, um, nuclear. Basically, all it meant is I was in charge of the gas mask. But I had to go through a class and put on this whole entire. It's called MOP 4 in the military, and it is very, very uncomfortable. But anyway, this is horror by itself. Just seeing this guy having to wear this outfit. But anyway, so Contagion. Okay, moving on. Songbird. Now, if you don't know this movie, look up here. It says COVID-23. It is essentially supposed to be like the near future, and if COVID continued to become worse and worse and worse and worse, to where we're at COVID-23, Songbird, and you can see that there's basically martial law happening. Here's some soldiers here, and this person that's trying to like go into the city. It looks like helicopters are coming. Okay, World War Z with this. Whereas there's a disease that turns people into zombies. That's like, it seems to be a very popular thing, and it has been for a while. Zombie movies, which I don't really care for, because it feels like a lot of people like to watch these for just like the violence against zombies. It's almost like a sick fantasy. I don't like it. But, oh no, look, the city is on fire. Okay. Shockwave, countdown to disaster. And you have buildings toppling over, helicopters, others fire everywhere, explosions. Olympus has fallen. Oh no, the United States and the government. Oh no. London has fallen. Oh no, it's Big Ben. And all these, of course, they have just dark skies, because it's apocalyptic. Red Dawn. Oh no, the country is being invaded. More helicopters and explosions and fire. This is like another thing. I feel like there's a segment of people out there that almost like, it's like they want to see the United States invaded, and they believe that that's what's going to happen, and that's how they see. They okay, I'm not going to go into it too much, but I feel like there's like almost like an obsession with some people about the United States becoming invaded. Uh, 2012. In this movie, gosh, if you've seen this is over the top. Every possible disaster that can happen does happen in this movie. including the Yellowstone volcano, exploding, and this is like the epitome right here of disaster movies. It really is. This is the king of disaster movies if you haven't seen it. Final storm with a gigantic tornado. There's like multiple tornadoes, dark skies, lightning. Deep impact. Oh no, it's the city. Oh no, the city. End of the world. Lightning striking the the Space Needle, gigantic. This looks like this is probably a tornado back here, and there's like a gigantic tidal wave about to engulf um, Seattle, but it looks like Seattle's already on fire. it, it looks like it's already experienced a lot of trauma. People getting rescued by Coast Guard helicopters off of the Space Needle. Geostorm. Oh my gosh, we haven't seen tsunamis yet. I mean, look at this. All we've had are just the little tsunamis, like in Japan and Indonesia. Like, we haven't seen anything yet. Oh no, not the city. Uh, Day after tomorrow. Oh no, the city. The city's frozen. The Statue of Liberty. Cloverfield. Now we're getting into the real science fiction. Oh no, it's the city. It's on fire. Uh, Edge of Tomorrow. Oh no, the city. This is actually a really good movie, though. This is probably in my top 10. It's not like it's like an amazing movie, but it's one of those movies that just makes me smile. It's a fun experience, and it's over the top, but it feels like it's actually kind of thought out. So I like this movie. I would recommend it. Avengers. My gosh. Now, this is one of the biggest culprits in our day and age as far as over the top action, destruction, disaster, right? Because in this one right here, you have like this gigantic space alien worm that comes out of this portal up in the sky above New York, and oh my gosh. Now, I somewhat enjoy these movies a little bit. It's kind of fun, but it's brainless, and it's just explosions mostly. I mean, you can like get into the story, and there's one thing that I've noticed. It seems like they put in these kind of subliminal sub stories in there that are actually like religious in nature. That's not what my channel is about, so I'm not going to take the time to like go through these and explain what I mean, but you can find other videos that go through it. And I feel like there's actually kind of a pretty dark agenda if you look at those stories uh, that are not surface level. But anyway, oh no, it's the city. X-Men Days of Future Past. The city, oh no, not the city. X-Men Apocalypse. Here's one that's just called Apocalypse. Of course, that's the name of the main bad guy here. And this movie is not very good, I must say. We actually watched all the X-Men from beginning to end, and I actually appreciate all the effort that they put into this series. But I wish it wouldn't have been so spread out and whatever. This is not a movie review channel, Jared. Just move on. Okay, so X-Men Apocalypse, Transformer. Okay, actually, maybe I spoke too soon when I was talking about the Avengers and Marvel, because I don't think you get much more outrageous than Michael Bay in his movies. Oh, it's too much. This guy. Oh. Okay, let's just move on. Alien Outpost. Gray skies beam coming out of the sky. Rampage. With The Rock, of course. Oh no, the city! Save the city! Beyond Skyline. have I think this is the Brooklyn Bridge, but it looks like New York is being just completely obliterated by this horrible looking alien. And then, of course, I found one of these like screenshots of I can't remember if this was like the second one, Infinity War. I can't remember how they went, but I know it was like in it was in one of those. Look at this. Oh my gosh, it's just, look at just the CGI nowadays. It's just so it's like repulsive. It's mind numbing. It melts your brain. Okay, so then at the end here, I just happened to stumble across this article. It says, "Why are we hooked on films about mass destruction?" Yeah, good question. Good question. This is from Independence Day Resurgence, which I enjoyed that movie. It was pretty good. I'd recommend it. Um, I just like the whole. Well, it okay. Whatever. Okay, so you see the problem. You see the problem. I know that all of you, at least the majority of you, and me included, we go to movie theaters, maybe not so much nowadays, but before 2020, we went to movie theaters, we consumed this content, right? These movies, this quote unquote entertainment. And whether we realized it or not, I think that we've all become kind of desensitized to disaster and to pandemics and everything else, because they have movies for everything, where everything's dialed up to 1 million. and and I think that probably on a subconscious level it starts to actually affect how we view the world. So when we see things like this comet that comes around, once in a lifetime, it doesn't seem that important, does it? Not when we're like watching stuff like this, and this is like our standard for incredible, spectacular acts of God, stuff like that, right? I mean, look at this impact right here on the planet. You can see the curvature of the Earth. Of course, this is just a movie poster, but the idea, it still gets into your head, right? When we see wildfires, when we see tornadoes, like the tornado the quad state tornado that just happened in Kentucky, um, and then just everything else. Like I said, the tsunamis, the hurricanes, the volcanoes, the wars that are happening. If we're comparing all those things to this kind of stuff, then yeah, it's not going to seem like much is happening, that we're not seeing signs of the times, right? I mean, what is desensitization? It's where your senses stop working, right? So, like if you lose your sense of sight, then you can't see anymore. That's not a good thing. If you can't smell, our senses is what gives us information about the outside world, outside of our bodies, right? And then psychologically and spiritually, we have other ways that we sense the world and the way that we perceive things. And stuff like this can really, really uh, dull it down and skew the way that we gauge reality, the way that we measure reality. So I really appreciate this scripture. Let's just read it one more time, and let's keep all this in mind as we, the effects that these movies have on people's brains. Let's think about that as we read this scripture again. "And it came to pass that in the commencement of the 92nd year, behold, the prophecies of the prophets began to be fulfilled more fully, for there began to be greater signs and greater miracles wrought among the people, just like right now. But there were some who began to say that the time was past for the words to be fulfilled, which were spoken by Samuel the Lamanite." So, Teresa, thank you for the comment and for the kind words. And I thank everybody else that comments on my videos. There's just so much. There's so many thoughts and ideas and information out there. So I want to always incorporate what you have to say as much as possible into the channel, because it's not like I know everything or I can find everything. Um, I like to consolidate all this information and put it on the channel and give it for everyone else to consider. And I mean, you know that not just on my channel, but all YouTube channels, there's so many good comments that really should become videos and more people should see, but sometimes they just um, go unnoticed. But and of course, I can't do a video on every single comment, but I pick out the ones that I feel really fit with the channel and are really noteworthy. And I think that this is one of them. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I'll put this, if you want to read this article, I'll put that in the description below. Um, and I'll end it there. So if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe, like this video. If you liked it, hit the notification bell. Make sure to share this. Please share this. I think there's some people that could really use this in their lives. And I'll talk to you guys later.